Welcome to Pierce Productions. My name is Trace, and today I'm going to be talking about the HBO Max sequel to A Christmas Story titled A Christmas Story Christmas.
Oh, fudge.
Now, I'm not going to be giving a review of the movie because I haven't seen it yet. What I am going to be doing, though, is talking about why I'm a little worried about the movie. Now, let me just put this into context. A Christmas Story is my favorite Christmas movie ever. And for a short period of time in my life, I would arguably say it was my favorite movie ever. I was watching it during the summer. I was watching it sometimes twice a day. I was just constantly watching it throughout the year, even when it wasn't Christmas, to the point where mysteriously the VHS of the movie just suddenly disappeared from the house. So needless to say, I'm a fan of the original 1983 Christmas Story. And you would think someone that's as much of a fan of that original Christmas Story would be extremely super excited about this new movie coming out. It's got the original kid all grown up now, Ralphie, and the excitement just isn't where it should be at this point. But after rewatching the original Christmas Story, it just made me even more nervous for this one, and I got a couple reasons why. Probably the biggest one that I'm going to say is the marketing. There's been next to no marketing. I don't think that a lot of people even know this movie is coming out. Now, granted, they dropped a teaser trailer about 2.5 weeks ago, and then followed that up with a real trailer, but then that's it. I haven't seen any posters, I haven't seen any talk online, no other trailers, nothing like that. And that first trailer that they put out wasn't anything to write home about. It was actually a pretty bad trailer, if I'm going to be honest. And the early reviews that are out are not that hot. Another reason is I'm worried that I'm not going to like it because of how much I like the original, and that I'm already going to just be comparing it way too much, which I need to get out of that mindset before I hit play. But even as I speak right now making this video, I'm kind of already in that mindset of comparing them, so that's going to be another really tough disconnect to do. The fact that it's going straight to streaming is another reason that it gives me a little bit of pause. But what HBO Max did just a couple months back was they took Blue Beetle, that was going to be made specifically for the HBO Max platform, and also they did this with Evil Dead Rise. They knew going in that those movies were going to be made directly for streaming, only for the HBO Max platform. But once the new leadership of Warner Brothers took over, saw these movies, they saw that they had potential to go to the theater. So instead of a straight to streaming release, they upped it to a theater release because they know and they saw, hey, this is actually good, this is special, this can't go straight to streaming, can't be wasted, we need to put this out in theaters and make money off it. They didn't do that with this new Christmas Story movie. They saw it and they said, yeah, this is straight to streaming, we're not going to make a lot of money in the theater. Another reason is these movies from the 70s and 80s, they're getting sequels or remakes nowadays, and they can't capture the same sense of energy and spirit as the originals. Now, stuff like Top Gun Maverick, that is something incredibly rare. That superseded the first one, in my opinion, the original Top Gun. But let's just go back to stuff like Chips, Dumb and Dumber 2, Zoolander 2. All those movies had sequels or a re-envision 30-some-odd years later, and they just weren't able to capture that same spirit and energy. And finally, the last reason that I probably am worrying for no reason about this movie is the trailer. I already talked about the trailer was not good, but more specifically, I just didn't feel that charm and sense of family and unity, and quite frankly, I didn't even laugh. I just didn't feel that sense of Christmas spirit within that trailer. By no means does this video that I'm making mean that I want this movie to fail or I think it's going to be bad. Not at all. I would love this movie to be the most successful Christmas movie ever because I love the movie so much of the original. I'm just worried that my love of the first one is probably going to overtake my sense of enjoyment for this sequel. But the real question is, do you think I'm crazy? Do you love A Christmas Story as much as me? Do you think that this new movie is going to be able to live up to the original?
Star Wars,